Hello everyone, it's Katie again, and this is part 2 of the Blankie series, where I reveal my Blankie. So when I was 4 years old, my Nana's friend gave me a Blankie, and it was about a foot long by 1.5 feet, something like that. And pretty small. It was a baby blanket, really. It had a satiny part that went around it, you know, like those old baby blankets, you know, but usually those were thick. This one was kind of thin. And the middle eventually kind of tore out because I really liked the satiny part. And so the middle just kind of like disappeared. And then it became this long satiny loop, like a long, like rubber band type thing. Anyway, but I used to like twist it around, itch myself with it. I'd itch myself with it. Felt great. And so then I used to wrap it around my head and around my knees, you know, and I used to kind of just rock and watch TV with it. I would just curl up watching, you know, the Saturday morning cartoons and just itchy, 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 itchy. I loved it. But then one day it snapped, right? And then it became this long string, 40-inch string. And for years I had it like this. You know what? I'm going to be honest here, I don't like to wash it. I didn't like to wash it, really, because it kept it kind of crusty. I know that's so sick. I know I'm going to get so many comments about it. But, you know, whatever. I liked it that way. That's what made me happy. I tried not to wash it. In the beginning, I'd wash it for about the first 10 years. No, maybe 15. No, 10. Till I was about a teenager, and then I was like, I have to keep it pure. I have to keep it kind of crusty. Then I went to college. I introduced it to my roommates. They enjoyed it. It was a big hit at school, actually. It was very popular. I went to a hippie school, basically, so that's why they liked it so much. Blankie's been many places. It's been to Washington, D.C., New York. My dog's mouth. I like to refer to Blankie as a he, by the way. He's been to Europe. Yeah. It's scary when you travel with Blankie, because what if you lose Blankie? I mean, what if I lost my Blankie? It would be like, you know, the apocalypse, basically. For me, a personal apocalypse. In more recent years, probably in the last, like, 5 years, it's been breaking apart into bits. Like that long string has split into another smaller string, or actually like 4 or 5 smaller strings. And I kind of keep them scattered about, and I have little pieces. Sometimes I keep them in my pocket, but not that often. I'm not like super crazy about it, just semi-crazy. Okay, enough of this big old build-up, because I'm gonna show it to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is not for the faint of heart. Are you ready? Are you ready? I know, I'm such a... Anyway, okay, yes. Here it is. Blankie. This is the longest piece I have to date. And I love the fucking thing. I love this thing, man. I love it! Here's another small piece. I should probably also mention that he was white once. I know, it's so weird. And I'm paranoid. When I was growing up, we had a house cleaner come to the house once a week. And I was paranoid that they would throw it away because it looks like trash. I understand. I know it looks like trash, okay? And I am fully aware that this looks like something a homeless person would have hanging off of them. I know, trust me. My boyfriend is like, he doesn't want to touch the thing. He's like, that is so gross. Yeah, you probably can't even see, but this, it's all tangled up and shit. It's a mess. And I like to twirl it into a fine little point. Yes. And then scratch. Or I do the thumb scratch. I just do like, it's so weird like explaining it. I'm like, how do I do it again? Even though I've been doing it for like 30 years. You know, or I do. It's kind of like, yeah. The saddest part about Blankie is that I see it's quite evident that his time is coming to an end. No! And I can't let go of it because it's my Blankie. Yes. So, I want to know what your Blankie is, or what your little teddy bear is, or your little snuggy thing that you've had since you were a kid and you cannot give up. Because we all have them. Or we had them and people made us get rid of them. But my parents were cool. They said, Katie, keep the Blankie. And I did. So, but you know, sometimes parents make you give them up and all that. So, tell me your story. I want to see videos. I want to hear comments. I want to hear what your private little snuggy thing is. Who's your Blankie?